Welcome to Carter's Corner Pocket, where we feel the rocket. Today, talking GameStop, yo. Everyone in the chat, I see y'all, man. Michael V, as usual, man, welcome. Sharon, I see you too. Ehad King, man, what's going down? Since the last time I streamed, I had a baby. As tired as ever. I'm tired as ever. I've been trying to stream the last, not even a couple days. Yesterday, I was trying to stream. Marantz was on during the day. And, like, by the time I get around to streaming, I'm just dead tired, man. Because the baby's on, like, her circadian rhythms, like, complete opposites. So she's, like, awake all night and sleeping during the day. That doesn't help me because I can only sleep at night. But I'm running off no sleep. Last night's first night, I've had some time. I'm just looking at GameStop, man. I've been bullish as ever on this stock from, like, the 9s, the 10s, back in 2021. What do I have today? What am I talking about today? Just short hedge funds and all of that. I was talking to, I was watching Be More Invest Better yesterday, Marantz today. Marantz is on point with all this stuff, always, you know? And he's human. He rarely gets stuff wrong, but when he does, I mean, he admits it. I like that about him. I mean, I can admit when I'm wrong, and I appreciate that about people because I'm not here for fakes. I'm not here for the data zeros that put out two different narratives in a 8-hour stream and then say, see, I called it. No, I can't do that. If I'm wrong, call me out. Let me know. I'll admit it. I have no trouble doing that. I'm a real person, just like you, invested in GameStop. They're trying to manipulate our minds. I know that sounds crazy, right? But it was naked shorting was a conspiracy theory until it wasn't, right? We know what we have, $4 billion in cash, and I think the Discord. I have the Discord. Do I have the Discord on over here? Yeah, that's the noise. I'm gonna cut it out right now. Jay's a beast. You know, he sends me messages too about all the stuff. I guess I was included in the Marantz circle or something, but Marantz be sending me a bunch of funny TikToks and stuff, and Jay's always hitting the info on GameStop. He sent me something today, which is just the sentiment that we have here on my channel. Also, I'm sure Marantz is as well. Higher highs, lower. What's that? Higher lows, lower. Whatever it is. You know what I mean? Higher lows. Sorry, my bad. What is it? Higher lows, lower highs, whatever. No, higher lows. That's what it is. We don't even need to be concerned with the downward direction, only up. Cause look at this macro, man. It's just beautiful to me. It's playing out beautifully. There's nothing they can do to stop us. Nothing they can do to stop us. And you know what? I'm so proud of Ryan Cohen for doing what he's done. You know, you saw him tweet out the what is it? Creative motion designer. And to me, that this signals a lot. I was looking at the careers again. You know, oh, this is just another thing. We're gonna go down. Look at me, man. I had this all lined up from left to right, and I'm starting on the right. I mean, I don't know. Is that dyslexia or something? But over here, what we were looking at, the creative motion designer. I don't even know if it's gone. Maybe it's not. But look at these job advertisements. Like, this is not a company that's failing. This is not a company that has no plan. This is not a company that is just going aimlessly, praying and wishing that that our core business succeeds, you know? No, these are strategic, tactical people at the top that know exactly what they're doing. They're not saying a word. You know, look at this. Senior manager infrastructure, designing robust IT infrastructures, you know. Over here, lead software engineer, Java, e-commerce product manager, senior mobile engineer. What else? Business, what is this? Business infrastructure analysts, BI models, optimize data structures, drive strategic insights. We are a data-driven company. You know, it's a complete difference of what GameStop was in 2020. Ryan Cohen has come in and changed this whole thing. Lead full stack engineer, Salesforce Commerce Cloud. What this lets me know is that a brand has been developed. Here, principal software engineer. A brand has been developed. It's in the background. And right now, the reason we need the creative motion motion designer is because they're there to take the vision and put it into visuals, you know, make it visually appealing. Ryan Cohen has a complete plan. We have built the entire technology stack. We are hiring these people to continue the plan. In a whole transition, like I've been doing research on company turnarounds, steps to go around. So me personally, in my mind, where I think we are in the complete turnaround of GameStop in the transition, I think we're about the 60% mark. The first 50%, I mean, we've weeded out the stuff, installed the technology stack for the future, and now we're bringing in the people to develop Brian Cohen and the leadership's vision. That's what I think, and this is not a failing company. Look at this. Crazy to me. Crazy to me that there's Michael Pachters of the world out there pushing that out, right? So much stuff. So much stuff going on. My mind is like, I don't know. It's like as soon as the baby was born, man. Okay, so this is what happened. This is what happened. I was taking my wife to a doctor's appointment, and I was like, oh yeah. And outside this room, it's all just raw concrete floor. I leveled the floors. I put down the underlayment, and then I was taking my wife to a doctor appointment on January 2nd. January 2nd, right? And then they're like, she comes back to the car because I was in the car with the kids, and I was like passed out like this, and she's like, we got to go to the hospital. They just want to run some extra tests. Go to the hospital. They run a test. 30 minutes later, they're like, you're having the baby in 2 hours. The doctor, like, your kidneys, liver, things are like, your readings are off a little. We don't want to have 2 organs shutting down. Next week, you're going to be throwing up, all of that stuff. So, like, I was like, what? Like, the whole, like, all of the flooring I got to do. I got so much stuff to do. But luckily, I have an extra room. She's set up in there. We got it all nice and cush. Cool room. But yeah, the baby's awesome. Baby's healthy, cool as ever. She's got some cool bluish gray eyes. Like, it's weird. Not weird, but weird in a good way. Just different from like my eyes or my other children's eyes. But my family has like all that lineage of like gray, green, whatever, but enough of that, man. What are we here for? GameStop. Where we at? We're about to close. But yeah, life is crazy, man. Being a new dad again, you forget things. What's up? All right. Yeah. You forget things. You forget how to change a little baby. All of that. They're so delicate. And I'm over there like a behemoth, like trying to change a little 7-pound baby's diaper and stuff like that. There was a blowout last night at like 2 a.m. Yeah. Okay. Enough, man. GameStop. What? AMC. Oh no. AMC under $4. 39 cents. GameStop 32.96. Where are we trading at, right? Like, if we do the calculation, what was the dilution? Like 46%, 46.5%, something like that. Let's see. 32.96 times 4, 131 times 1.46. I hope I'm right on that. 46%. Okay, 192, 192.50 pre-split. Let me know who was right and who was wrong. Because in some of these articles, it's saying that retail is going to lose. Doubt that. Doubt that. We're just holding. I haven't even looked at OBV, but I know that Jones up and flat because nobody's selling. People like you and I, not selling. Not at all. Not one bit. What do I see over here on the chart? A little bit of bearish divergence, but who cares, man? Like, what is it going to do to me? This is a rising wedge. What? The bearish divergence will make it break down to what? This line? Maximum this line? Doubt it. But they're only going to dig it deeper if they have to come here. But I don't even think it's going. I think it's this, right? This yellow line right here. Touch the higher low, and we're just about to touch another higher low. Over here, I have my little random breakout thing with no TA, no TA at all, but it's just there. And that's what I'm a live and die on. That little crooked line, I'm a live and die on that. I'm hoping for another breakout right here. We'll see how it goes. And for this whole January 9th thing, I don't think anything's going to happen. Obviously, it's 69. Moran said it today. It's 69, man. He's just toying with people. He's acting like an idiot while being a genius, and that's amazing. What is it? Under promise and over deliver. That's what he's doing. Just like the stream, right? Just like the stream. Acting a fool. Having fun, because he's just like you and I. We have humor to us. We have a soul, unlike these other people. Like, life's funny, man. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh all the time. Even when things are down, you gotta laugh at yourself. It's funny. Just think of that stream, how angry the media was in Rowan Kitty's stream. That's so funny how he rolled up. How many people? 600,000 viewers, and he was acting stupid. Like, that would be me if I had that much money. I definitely would be doing that, but I don't think I'd be growing my hair out, But yeah, what are we doing, man? I got so much stuff over here to talk about. But let me see what y'all are saying in the chat, What's going down? Jay, what's up, man? Welcome. My grandma has gray blue eyes with a hint of green. I didn't get her eyes at all. Exactly right. Like my cousin has like these greenish hazel eyes. I got dark brown eyes, but I'm good. Cause my like all my children, right, except for this one, it's a deep blue with some gray. Like it's crazy to me. Every time I look into her eyes, I feel like she's staring into my soul. Um, but yeah, this is a bullish formation. Um, they only brought this down to accumulate more. Like, what do you think they were doing over here? Why do you think it came back down with all of our fundamentals? Um, they know Ryan. They're not stupid. They know Ryan Cohen knows what he's doing. Roaring Kitty said, "If Ryan, all we're betting on is that Ryan Cohen is not a doofus, and he is not. It's obvious. He's pulling out the chewy stuff, like his playbook. Man, it's his playbook. He knows when the right time to hit is, and that's what he's doing. The government shooting down his red balloons. I really can't even remember when that was. I have a feeling was that with the NFT marketplace, but they still clown on the NFT marketplace. Michael Packer, where the hell are you? We're at $33 post split. We're at $33 post split. You're not even factoring 190 pre split with the dilution, man. Get out of here. Dilution shouldn't even be the word. Like I get it, but the shares are more concentrated now because we've only gone up since the dilution. So I don't even know, man. What's the word for that? But what are we looking at over here? We got the options chain because you know the options chain. They love to say what. Sorry, I'll talk on that different. We got the Max Payne has raised up 50 cents over here, but we've been whooping Max Payne's ass every single week after week. Look at this. Right now, 22,000 calls are in the money. Over here, out of the money puts 25,000. That's a huge disparity. And look at what's coming next week. Look at what's coming next week. This is a joke. $23 Max Payne. You know that'll be adjusted. 105,000 in the money. 105,000 in the money. 135,000 out of the money. So let me know where we're going, you know? And even if we go down, who cares, man? I'll just buy more like I did today, and I did the day before and the day before that. I bought shares. I bought like 3 or 5 shares, I don't remember, on the day my daughter was born. I'm gonna keep those things forever. I'm a lifetime investor. Like I'm not trading, I'm not doing anything with the stock but buying and holding. Buying and holding. That's the most secure way because you know the options is their game. Options is their game. It's a setup. It's a casino. You know, so why not go in and get your earnings? What you know, this is a positive thing. Like the chance of GameStop going down is what? Like I'd put it under 1%, right? Under 1%. There is no way. There is no way Ryan Cohen has done this. So put some respect on that man's name, okay? It's not Roaring Kitty and Ryan Cohen. No, it's Ryan Cohen and then it's Roaring Kitty, okay? And he's a trader too. He's a trader too, but I respect the hell out of him because of the way he spreads GameStop and just the way he spreads GameStop. The word, you know, I like 55,000 to a billion. Come on, even if it's not a billion, 500 million. Get out of here, man. Nobody can do that. He's found a loophole. He's found something, and he's playing it. Like, he is a smart person. But Ryan Cohen, I mean, dude's a straight G. He's ruthless. Silence and violence. That's his MO. I'm just gonna speed through a couple of these. I'm not paying for these paywalls. Yo. I got a baby to feed. We got short sellers, secret talks, and alliances emerge in court battle. And some of these maybe from September, June, July, but who cares, man? We've been in 4 years. I don't need to give you today's data. Most of the time you look back 3 months and you're like, oh yeah, you know, you connect things because more stuff has occurred. And it's funny to me about regulators, as you can go back 2 years, 2022, talking about how NBFIs need to be regulated. That's insurance funds, pension funds, investment firms, private equity, all of them. They're all together. They all play the same game. It's like a mob versus us, you know, and they're trying to bully us, but now they can't because we got Tommy guns, you know. They can't come here. We got rocket launchers, bazookas, atom bombs, nuclear bombs. We got everything. It's just they can't do it, man. We are like the U.S. versus the world. Every other stock is the world. We're the U.S. You know, there's nothing you can do. Step to us, we'll show you who the boss is. You know, activist hedge fund fined for secret payments to researcher. Anson entities pay $2.25 million to resolve SEC investigation. Who cares, man? $2.25 million? Are you kidding me? This is the same playbook, man. They're in bed with the SEC. You think the SEC just does this for for media attention to act like they're doing something, but they're just over there beating off. You know Gary Gensler, yo, and his 1 incher. I don't even know. Does he do like 2 pinkies or something like that? I don't know how he does it. Yo. No clue. Look at me, yo, coming on here vulgar as ever. You know who really got me angry? Richard Newton. I'll show you at the end. He's at the end. Yo. Richard Newton got me angry. Richard Newton, that dude got me angry. Surprised he didn't put me to sleep before I got angry. DOJ, SEC bring when is this? September 2024. Department of Justice, SEC bring enforcement actions against short sellers, highlighting continued prevalence of short selling against public companies. DOJ indictment aligned that activist short seller Andrew Left had engaged in market manipulation scheme. Yeah, you know the story. You know Andrew Left, that punk that tries to act like he doesn't do anything, but he's the one that created the bear thesis, the bear report, and spread it to all the different hedge funds that are short GameStop. So they run in groups. Like, say he spread it to like 8 different hedge funds. 5 of them would short GameStop. But why are they sharing that information? Because they're not out for just themselves, you know. They're out as a group to attack us and your mind. But if your mind is strong, your body's strong. Feed yourself healthy things. Drink a ton of water. Go out, breathe nature. You know that I believe in God. Like I believe myself as a warrior for God. You know that's why I'm angry. People are like, "Oh, curse this and that." No, I'm not like angry. Listen, this is too much, but because I try to keep it strictly GameStop, but God's a part of my life, man. He's given me beautiful, beautiful gifts in life. Even when I'm down, man. Even when I'm down in life, you know, like I got beautiful things around me, man. And the beautiful things are free, and that's the most amazing thing. The other beautiful thing that I pay for is GameStop shares, you know. But this is the thing: like they plot against us in groups. It's unfair, and they control the market, right? They work with hedge funds, these activist short sellers. Yeah, so Andrew Left, you know the story. I'm not digging into that story. Here's another picture of this punk. Criminal charge, whatever. How's that going, right? This is kind of what I wanted to get into a little bit. What's the title? Financial Times. I think Morant's like, I've been in and out of his streams, but the undercover hedge funds financing activist short sellers. Hindenburg Research. Yeah, I heard him talk about it a little. So anyways, they do research on other companies to help short sellers, basically win their position, right? They short a company, Hindenburg does research, releases that research and says, hey, this company is hiding these numbers, this company is committing this fraud, and then the stock price tanks, short sellers pick up all the cash, all the gains, you know? So yeah, let me go ahead and see this, what I highlighted. I don't even remember. I did this like yesterday. I don't have any notes on this, so I'm just going. Let's see. This is talking Melvin Capital. Short sellers are largely viewed by corporate America as a blight on the market. Retail investors, and sorry, like I'm not just reading this just to read it. They mentioned a couple hedge funds in here. I'm going to look into that real quick too. Melvin Capital, which had more than 12 billion in assets. Whoop-de-doo. You know, like they talk trillions, right? It's only because this is Ken Griffin's little bitch, you know. His lover boy on the side, Gabe Plotkin. That's why it was such a big deal. His protege, you know, the Ryan to Michael, you know, from The Office. Melvin Capital, which had more than 12 billion in assets, in January 2021 was forced to shut down entirety over a year. Retail traders pushed up share price of video game retailer GameStop. You know it wasn't us. You know it wasn't us. They got caught with their pants down, and the stock rose. This is the way it's going to work because it's all self-reported numbers. You want to see short interest? Who gives a damn? That number means zero. It's like me telling you I'm a billionaire, believe me. I'm a trillionaire, believe me. I'm the world's first trillionaire. Prove it, you know? 7% short interest? I haven't even checked it. Maybe it's around 7, 8%. Prove it. You know, show me. You can't because it's self-reported numbers. Nobody knows. When this thing goes, it's going to go off. If it does not pop off like 2021, it's going to be a slow grind up. But I damn sure know this thing is not going down. As long as we hold. Ryan Cohen, you know, it's just positive, man. This thing cannot go down. Maybe it can drop to the high 20s, lowest, mid 20s. It's uncontrollable to me because if they had control, It just shows me that we keep beating Max Payne, you know, and that's their game. That's their game. That's their casino, man. That's their casino, and they're still losing. We're basically the poker player where the casino, all the cameras go, and they're staring on them, eyes on them. They're about to kick us out. You know? That's exactly what GameStop is. So here, many short sellers tend to build long-term relationships with hedge funds. Kingdon, for example, has received 7 reports from Hindenburg and traded on 5 of them, according to Indian regulators. And you know, this is maybe it's India, but who cares, man? They operate all over the world. Do you think that they're only going to operate in U.S. markets? Do you think they're only going to operate in stocks, bonds? No, they operate everywhere. Commercial real estate, retail real estate. They do bonds, treasuries, all over the world in every market. Just like Ken Griffin started, right, as a little punk in his Harvard dorm room. Arbitrage, right? FX currency arbitrage he did. And he did it in the U.S. market, and then he's like, wow, there's so many markets. He's like a little addict, sniffing crack, you know? He was over there. He was like, I'm making so much money off of the U.S. market. He's like, wait, but when the U.S. market closed, I'm losing, I could be still making money. So then he went to all the markets around the world. You don't think they're implanted around the world? Get it twisted, man. They're all against us. They are all against us. Okay, they are their business is extended all around the world. That's why you see UK pension funds failing. You know, liquidity issues bring up failing UK pension funds and their ill-advised investments because they think they can run the world, short GameStop to the ground, and get that pension fund up. Right? No, wrong. You know, wrong. Charlie Murphy. You can't do it, man. You can't beat us now. Imagine being down. Imagine opening a short position on GameStop, and now we're up at like 190 something pre-split. There ain't nothing they can do. The only thing I ever see them doing, is unwinding this thing over a long, long period of time, just so their egos can be saved, just so that the public, does not know what they've done. We know what they've done. They know what they've done. So let's see. A 20-year MOAS just constantly going up slowly. Who knows what'll happen, man? And if they just can't hold it anymore because we're too strong, because you know our minds, man. You know our minds. That's why I love Marantz's community, honestly, because there's nothing like it. There's nothing like a GameStop investor from that community. He started, like, honestly, I wish I watched him earlier. I don't even know when I started watching. Maybe a year after, something like that. A little bit, and then I slowly got more and more and more. And then now I'm all in, man. We're all a community, dude. And yeah, we're gonna bring it. We're gonna bring it. There's nothing you can do. You can't phase us. Sorry, I just read a paragraph, go on a rant. Because I'm angry, man. I'm angry. I've had this built up anger in me. Just reading all the stuff gets me angry. I want to give him a 1-2, knock him out. You know? And I hope someone runs up on me. I pray for them if they run up on me the way they did Moran's. Because B-More is like, I don't want to get doxxed. I trust me, I don't want to get doxxed. But if you run up on me, it's going to be a problem. You know, it's going to be a problem. And not for me. If they ever get me, it better be me sleeping in bed. You know, because if it's any other way, they may get their legs taken out. I don't know. No threatening letters written at me, Richard Newton. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about how you're a bear. A bear, yeah, a bear. I don't even know. Where we at? See, one paragraph I read, and then I go on a random rant. You know, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff. I know my wife's gonna be after me, but she's so amazing. She's letting me do this because she knows it's my way of expressing myself. Just getting all of it off my chest, man. She knows I'm deeply enthralled in GameStop. She's like, you know the manager's name over there? She's like, oh my goodness. I'm like, hell yeah. Tyler's a man, you know. They got him flip-flopping, managing 2 GameStops, and he's a beast, and he's getting shares, you know, so he's happy. He's happy to do his job. The other day I was in GameStop. Look, I'm still not reading this thing. Whatever, man. It's my show. The other day I was in GameStop. I went to, let me see if I just pull this up. I took pictures of GameStop. I was just trying to get a Pokemon card. Yo, can I get that crack? Look, nothing on the shelf. Then I go take my butt to another GameStop. You know? Nothing on the shelf. Absolutely nothing, man. Not a damn thing. Yo, Joe, Dope Cho, what's up? What's up? Card counters, Shake Zilla, what's going down? Wendy, welcome, man. Haven't seen you over here in a while because I haven't been here in a while. Um, Let me see. 5 watching and 6 likes. Love it. How'd that work out? RC, of course, man. Ryan Cohen, you got to put some respect on his name, you know? Give him his flowers. Give that man his flowers. Bryce, oh, man, Bryce, what's up? Pied Piper, yo. Pied Piper like Michael Pachter, man. Um, Timmy Team for life. That's funny. GameStop golf course is coming soon. Thanks to Haas & Co. Golf courses. Shoot, I don't even know what Ryan Cohen has planned. But I know he's doing work, man. I know my money's all in with him. All of it. One stock I own. One stock. And if I could pull out my my retirement, like I can't pick and choose where I wanted to go. But if I ever leave my job, trust me, you know where my money's going. You know where it's going. It's the most sure thing on the market. The most sure thing. Here we go. Let's see. Oh yeah. There you go. See, I can't even go. I was up at GameStop and I was just browsing, looking around. Like I always just roll up in there and roll out with something. I got some Lorcana cards for my daughter because that's the only thing they had there. And it was like the last pack at that GameStop. There was a dude, he called up the other store down the street because of course, you know, I got 3 stores in like a little 1-mile radius because it's been set up that way thanks to private equity. And that's why we're closing stores because why do that? Why do that? It makes no sense. But I can see one in the mall for foot traffic and one outside. But I have one in the mall and 2 outside, just within like less than a mile. It's not even a mile. It's a half a mile away from each other. Useless. But I still hit up all of them. I don't go into the mall. I don't like a lot of people like that. But this dude called up the other store. He's like, "Yo, this lady like." She's been coming in. She's been buying bundles. I checked. She bought a bundle today. I checked out her purchase history, and just be on the lookout for her because she buys all these bundles, and her purchase history is just not lining up. Something's odd about it. Just watch for her. They try to limit it. They try to make it even for their customers. You know, they don't just allow people to roll in buy 10 bundles. You know, that's awesome to me, man. They care about customers. You can't get that at Amazon. You can't get that at Walmart. Matter of fact, where the hell is the person at Walmart to open the damn case? It's not there, you know? And I see all those new art controllers, they're flipping, they're going. They're flipping, and that's a high profit because that's $75. We bought in a used controller, refurbished it, just put a skin on it, repackaged it, selling for $75. That's high profit, bright idea to me. And they're also doing bundles in the store with the CandyCon controllers, PS controllers. You get sticks, skins, all of that stuff. But yeah, it's just a GameStop employee. I'm like, that's the type of employee we need. The dude looking out, you know, on those bundles. He's like CSI for GameStop. Seriously, I'm not even telling the story properly, but like that's along the lines of what happened. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so Hindenburg, you know, they put out the reports. They traded on five of the 7 reports, right? Among those who have quietly backed activist short sellers is Oasis Management, a Hong Kong headquartered hedge fund whose main activity is buying stakes in companies and pushing for changes. It hopes it will increase the share price. Come on, man. You know leverage buyouts. You've watched Marantz Rants. You know private equity. They don't push for it to get better. They act like they try to make it better, but they really want to tank it because. Look at this. In April 2021, Oasis opposed CVC Capital Partners' buyout proposal for Toshiba, stating it was too low. In March 2022, Oasis voted in extraordinary general meeting that Toshiba solicit buyout offers from private equity firms. You know, they run in the same circle, man. They run in the same circle. This is them versus us, and we're winning. What should I do? Like Kai Smelej? We are winning! Dude always looks like he's plotting to commit a crime, man. He's like, I'm back, breaking into Bed Bath & Beyond headquarters, Sue Gov's office. Wasn't he at Mark Triton's apartment and stuff? Yo, that dude, that needs to be on a watch list. So basically, that's what they do. Oasis has bankrolled trades for some of the best-known activist short sellers, including Muddy Waters, with which it has a long-standing relationship. As well as well as Texas-based Blue Orchid Capital and Viceroy Research, co-founded by British short seller Fraser Paring. According to multiple people familiar with the firm. Here's Blue Orchid Capital. I'm going to delete that since I already went to it. Eisen Motors receives SEC subpoena over allegations made by short seller. SEC asked the company to produce documents and information regarding allegations made in a report by short seller Blue Orchid Capital. Blue Orca in September disclosed a short position in Hyzon, alleged that the trucks maker, largest company, Shanghai, was a fake company. Hindenburg put out the research. Hyzon rejected it. But let's take a look. This was in 2022. Look at what happened to that stock. 2022, around here. Look at this, 99% down. 99% down. Where are we at over here? 312, and now we're 99% down. Okay, they made out with that. They wanted GameStop to be that, but they can't. They just can't. Paring's deal with Oasis came to light in 2022 after South Africa's Financial Sector Conduct Authority tried to find the short seller over a report it had published in 2018 on Capitec. At the time, the country's fourth largest banks. They're going after banks too. Oasis made millions on the trade, according to South African regulators. So yeah, all they do, Hindenburg Research, they'll just push out, even if it's a false narrative, even if it's fake. The news already hit, the stock price tanks, and there's nothing they can do about it. That's the only thing that it doesn't even worry me about GameStop, because in the end, the cream will rise to the top, right? For short term damage, which I don't play with, right? Because we're long term investors. At least I am. It's my financial journey, not financial advice. But it doesn't even matter. Say like a false report is put out about Ryan Cohen or something, whatever. Maybe the stock price will go down. Hey, I'll just scoop up some more because I know. I know who he is. You know who he is. But punks out here, they'll be framing it like just because he's not talking, he could be a bad person. I'll show you. Do I even want to read this? It's basically the same thing, but here, I'll do it. In particular, it has invited scrutiny for all the financial agreements between the forensic research firms as Hindenburg that do the digging and the secretive hedge funds like Kingdon that act as their silent partners to fund these trades. Hong Kong-based fund Oasis Management and Toronto's Anson Funds Management have also operated in this market. Toronto, Canada, Apollo Global Management, and their real estate exposures that are still not taken care of because Canada's housing market, right? Sharon, you can let me know. Canada's housing market, is that that's downhill, right? That's downhill, and all their exposure is there as well. For Canada at least. China, you got commercial real estate issues, and I know they're in the Chinese market. You don't think they're going to be in the Chinese market? Because I can. I was chatting with him. Shout out to him, man. He's like the GameStop historian. Spin facts out there about Babbage, the initial IPO of GameStop. That's what he was talking about in Marantz's chat. The initial IPO, and I think something with the World Trade Center, and I don't know if the stock went on pause, but I have to research that. I have to look back in that. But they play in all markets, trust me. Here, while traditional short sellers seek out overvalued companies to bet against, often balancing them against long positions in the same sector, that's what a hedge fund does, right? You got both sides of the trade to mitigate risk. Activist short sellers tend to explicitly look for evidence suggesting malfeasance. Hindenburg, for example, says that it seeks out situations where there might be some combination of accounting irregularities, undisclosed related party transactions, illegal or unethical business financial reporting practices. Isn't that funny how they're looking for the things that they do in other companies? Then they try to pin them against it? Look, Blue Orca in September disclosed a short position in Hyzon and alleged that the truck maker's largest customer, Shanghai, was a fake company. I read that, right? Okay, you saw the stock went down 99.8%. So get rid of those. Because I got a older computer and I'm trying to make it run smooth. But I don't even know if I close out the tab. But look at this poor guy. Blue Orca Capital short attack on Hyzon. Added $3.25 at $7. Now they're at 99 cents today. They were 99 cents today, now $1. But Who knows when that was, because they've done reverse splits, so it's way higher than that. Just reminds me of AMC. GameStop subreddit fills with store closure posts as Roaring Kitty hints at new meme stock. With the move to digital downloads and some video game consoles leaving physical media behind altogether, the writing has been on the wall for GameStop for a number of years. Okay. Thanks for that. Maybe I should sell. So they talk about AMC, they associate GameStop, and then AMC right after, which is at 39 cents, as you can see. 39.4 cents. Okay, give them the credit for that 0.4. The post went viral, blah, 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 blah. It was the Rick James thing that Roaring Kitty tweeted. It's just for fun. You know he's saying, give it to me, baby. You know, that's all it is. He's saying, give me the rise, give me the stock price, let's get going. That's what he means. Give me that squeeze. That's what he wants. But then over here they say the song Unity, which in turn was referencing the video game company Unity Software. Anything to deflect from GameStop. Absolutely anything. And then Unity stock quickly shot up by 8%. He was not talking about Unity. If he was talking about Unity, he'd do the thing with the fist with the Unity ring. It's obvious. But basically they do anything to deflect from GameStop. Great. I gotta read all this, man. Don't they know I'm illiterate? Here, shadow banking, NBFIs. I talk about it all the time. All encompassing. Of course, when I talk about shadow banking, it's probably like it encompasses private equity, which is, you know, Marantz. Marantz is the guy, private equity. Not Ian Carroll, not that fool. I saw he tweeted out some other stuff. People claiming Ian Carroll was the one that did the research on Apollo and all that. When that fool's out here, what does he say? Like, he goes into communities. I don't even listen to him. So annoying watching him. Yeah. So he goes into communities. He's like, guys, just give me all the DD. Give me the main talking points. Give it to me. Let me know. I'll culminate it and I'll put it out there. So you want people to do all the work for you because you can't do a thing but lay on your couch and drive Uber. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's what he was doing. He was actually unemployed for a minute before any of this. So, yeah. Not to say being unemployed doesn't mean you know what you're talking about, but he wants everyone to do the work for him. Excuse me. He wants everyone to do the work for him, and then just make it easy, man. Go do the digging yourself. Look at this. Last year, several large banks. This is just kind of like a global macro type of thing. This is February 26, 2024, but just get a sense of it. You think we've pulled out of this? Shit's still expensive, man. My eggs are still $7. Yeah, I keep talking about that. My eggs are $7. Ridiculous. Pasture-raised eggs, because I'm not trying to give my children hormones, you know? Not trying to pump them full of hormones. Crazy. Last year, several large banks, Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, First Republic failed. Financial regulators interrupted the cascade by expanding deposit insurance and establishing a new emergency loan program from the Federal Reserve. What was that? The Bank Term Funding Program, which is about to be up. They were typically one-year deals. So we'll see what's about to happen. We'll see what's about to happen. But they always get bailed out. When they win, they take the money. When they lose, they get bailed out. So they never lose. Except for one time. What movie was that from? When they're like, one time. Was that The Little Giants? When they had to make that play and they looked at each other one time? Here you go. Now less than a year removed from the 2023 crisis, which is a liquidity crisis. Which also is the same issue that happened in the UK. Pension funds, liquidity crisis, and also what happened with the yen carry trade, liquidity crisis, because the US dollar went up too high. US dollar is rising up. That's imbalancing the whole global economy. There's divergence in policy rate paths around the world. US right now, we're straight, right? But we're effing up the rest of the world. The rest of the world cannot handle it because they deal in US dollars, US currency. Yeah, and that's the whole yen carry trade. And what happened when the yen carry trade popped off? We popped off. Here, a year removed from the 2023 crisis, another bank, New York Community Bank, appears to be tottering. While regulators need to scramble so soon after last year's crisis illustrates banking's inherent instability, financial intermediation outside the traditional system. Shadow banking, that's NBFIs. When you hear shadow banking, think NBFIs, non-bank financial intermediaries or institutions. Could be boon for financial stability. Um, yeah, we know that. The general public does not seem to think they have too much faith in this market and the people running it. Um, we are the group that does all of this digging. We are the people that knows the truth behind the markets. We know that the fundamentals win in the end, but in short term, it's market mechanics. Jim Cramer has said it. He said, "Who gives a crap about fundamentals? The market mechanics. It's all about market mechanics." But he's talking about short term. He's talking about winning his trade and having retail sell off, get nervous and sell off. But that does not happen here. Your human psychology, y'all need better fire all your psychologists because they can't get into our minds. They can't get into our minds. We did the complete opposite of what they thought we were going to do. And that's why they're screwed. As financial systems evolved, they developed a number of mechanisms to manage banks' instability. Who did this? Who did this? Regulators helping out NBFIs, pension funds, private equity, regulators helping bail them out by giving them tools, pathways, suggested pathways of how to get out of this mess. Loans, all of that. Short-term loans. Short-term loans for what? We're not leaving. I'm going to be here 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. I'm going to be old. I'm going to be in a wheelchair buying shares. I'm going to be in a wheelchair like this. I shouldn't manifest that, but I could be like Stephen Hawking buying shares, you know? I'd have the Homer little dodo bird hitting buy, buy, buy every single day, one share. As financial systems evolved, they developed a number of mechanisms to manage banks' instability. Walter Bagehot's lender of last resort, that's because it's the last resort. LOLR. Deposit insurance, tangled mess of capital and liquidation regulation embodied in the International Basel III Standards. Basel III Standards, that's what I was talking about in my last stream, because they want to regulate non-bank financial institutions across the entire world. They want to see what the actual leverage is. We don't know the leverage. It's self-reported. So they play this game of family offices, and they say you can't look at our books because it's family money. Okay, we know family money is mob money. We know, just say it. It's a mob. All right? And look, they're going to fight back with everything they have. They've already tried. They thought they won, but it's just being revised. Maybe they're meeting halfway, but the whole point of this is that the game's over, man. It's coming to a close. Walls are closing in. Spiked walls are closing in. We need more granular data is what they're saying. The Basel III standards is saying we need more granular data of what you're investing in, what your leverage is. No more playing this hidden figures type of stuff. And that's why they're fighting so much, because they can't. They're so over-levered. They are so over-levered against us. Take it for what it is. Believe me if you want to or don't. Believe that they've got it all in check. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Look the other way, all right? Just like the rest of the general public, but we won't. The government backstop. Of course, government backstop. You know they have to save it because everything will go under. That's how we know. That's how we know what they're doing. The government backstop implicitly enjoyed by so-called global systemically important banks. The G-SIBs need bailing out. The G-SIBs need backstops. These mechanisms help mitigate the risks of banking, but they cannot eliminate them. They also create significant problems, such as reducing the financial system's efficiency by favoring certain banks over others and imposing distributed costs through implicit subsidies. Why can't I get a bailout? You know, why can't I get a bailout? Pension funding, worse shape after Michigan's Democratic Party. I don't care. I was doing research over here. Maybe some of these. Banks have an invisible extra exposure to commercial real estate. Many banks have pulled away from commercial real estate lending. Duh, because you got caught. Interactions between commercial real estate banks have both direct consequences previously mentioned and others that follow, considering the vast scale of commercial real estate market, valued at approximately $21 trillion in 2000. What is that? 20,212 typo. Which is funded part through bank loans. Disruptions in the CRE sector can directly influence the availability of bank credit to households and businesses. The researchers noted that the exposure of regional and community banks is approximately 4 or 5 times greater, respectively, than that of large banks. So in the future, what do I see? A whole rack the commercial real estate stuff does not get cleared up, I see a whole bunch of regional banks tanking. The GSIBs, the global banks, the large banks will eat it all up, and it'll just be a monopoly, kind of monopoly, of all the large banks, and that's it. So yeah, I got a list of some of those regional banks. No need to name names. No need to name names. Bank of Marin, California. No need to name names. We know you're exposed. We know you're exposed. I was looking at the OECD leverage, the rise of non-bank. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go through this. I'll do some more research on this. The rise of non-bank financial intermediation in real estate finance post COVID-19. I'll do that later. Vulnerabilities I was looking at. Risk mitigation. This is all NBFIs. I'm good with that. Shadow banking. I'm good with that. Chat GPT. GameStop. Unusual options activity. My bad, though. My bad. GameStop is soaring. GameStop is soaring. GameStop stock is soaring. Could end badly. It could end badly, right? Maybe we should sell. Now the stock has the attention of notable activist short seller Citron Andrew Left. Man, get the hell out of here. Tired of that guy. Imagine him creating the bear report and sharing it with all his hedge fund buddies, trying to team up on GameStop and take us out. Playing with my money, you playing with my emotions, dog. Well, this I just brought up. Like some of these I just want to close out. I didn't even get it ready because I knew if I didn't start, I'm gonna be called with the baby. And thank goodness to my wife for taking care of the baby. I think she's sleeping right now, but I may just get yanked out of here soon. We'll check the text. GameStop short sellers Melvin Capital Citron surrender bearish bets after 700% rally. Drives huge losses. 700% rally is retail investors. Come on now, you know that. I just love seeing. It's just a good title to see that number 700% rally. Just a reminder of what can happen when you mess around with us. You know, this stock. Department of Justice probing short sellers for trading abuses. When was that? February 8, 2022. This is a song that never ends, man. Honestly, it'll just go on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing where it goes. I'm not gonna finish it. But yeah. So basically, 2022, like, quit playing like they're gonna regulate it. You know, I mean, the Basel III standards. That's kind of like forced because they've been messing around too long. You know, it's trying to be forced on them, and they're trying to fight back to not show their leverage. I don't need to read this. It's just another picture of this idiot that does horrible bets. He's a horrible trader. Closes, yeah, okay. Closing your short position. Close. No longer okay. After GameStop backlash, Citron Research will no longer release short reports. Look at his face. He looks so worried. Like he just saw a ghost. 2 Sigma GameStop. I don't know. I was looking up different hedge funds. There. I got a call. My wife. I bet you're going to be like, hurry up. Hold up. One second. Hello? I'll check on him. I'm coming up in a little. Okay, okay. Told you. Anyways, let's get through it. It's all good. Whatever. Basically, they're just saying retail's gonna lose in this article. I was researching 2 Sigma. Okay, let's see over here. What do I have over here? Institutional investor. Winners and losers of meme stock mania. You know they're talking. It was saying we're the losers, but these hedge funds include quant firm Renaissance Technologies, which opened a position in GameStop during first quarter. Talking about Millennium Management. What else? Why did I highlight this? On the other side of the trade, short sellers also had significant exposure as the mania peaked. Short interest in GameStop was $1.92 billion for almost 24% of the float, according to S3 Partners. He calculated the shorts were down $2.2 billion at the time. Here's some AMC talk. I'm good with that. Yo, let's get on to it. All right. GameStop eyes more store closures amid 20% sales drops. I wanted to do something with this also. I was in the GameStop Reddit for employees, and there's all these conversations of people talking about GameStop going under. The writing's been on the wall, like that other article. People think they're going bankrupt. What the? Are they crazy, man? They don't even. I can't believe that people don't do research the way they do. You know. And I guess it's only to Marantz, yo. Credit to Marantz, pointing it out to us, right? Pointing it out to us. That guy's light years ahead of us. Just like Roaring Kitty's light years ahead, and Ryan Cohen is as well. GameStop eyes more store closures. You know, third quarter net, and then they talk about net sales, but they don't even mention like, okay, it's down because there's less stores, obviously. But look at our I didn't even go. Let's see. GameStop's third quarter net sales fell 20%, 860 million, down from 1.08 billion last year. The company said Tuesday. Retailers swung from a year ago net loss of 3.1 million to a net income of 17.4 million. Company's year-over-year operating loss for the 13 weeks ended November 2nd rose to 33.4 million. Up from, okay, you don't need to know the numbers. Basically, they're saying we're losing money, right? Although GameStop's generating income, the company appears to have no strategy to deploy the capital, and its operations are continuing to lose money. Wedbush analysts, led by Michael Pachter, said in Wednesday note. GameStop has virtually no chance of returning to profitability in its core business, the analyst wrote. GameStop has become an authorized PSA dealer, providing trading card autograph, you know the deal, but Wedbush analysts are skeptical the retailer's latest strategic venture will move the needle. Its entry into the trading card business follows failed attempts at an omni-channel strategy in NFT trading, the analyst says in their notes. The one analyst that's shorting GameStop. Revenue continues to fall dramatically year over year as GameStop closes stores and more games are sold digitally, Wedbush's analyst said. Microsoft Game Pass Dick Writer, yo. Dick Newton Writer. I'm gonna start saying Dick Newton whenever I want to say that, just so it doesn't sound as vulgar. But yeah, you know the deal, man. Let's go see. GME. Thanks, Warren Kitty, yo. Hit me up with the learning shortcuts like him. I was trying to be like him. Watching all his streams, hitting up the shortcuts. Dirty Mike, yo. Jim Cramer said he'd suck off a live horse on TV. Because I can. What's up, man? Your wheelchair joke reminds me of Batman Future. Buried in a wheelchair, yeah. Yo, what's going down, yo? Christmas lights. My dad, speaking of Marantz, yo, welcome here, man. My dad, when I was young, like even 5, 6, 7, he had me up on the roof, stapling Christmas lights to the roof. My dad had no organization with Christmas lights. He just like wanted to be in the newspaper, I guess. People used to roll up to our house, leave cash on our doorstep and like cookies, like everything in the mailbox, checks, just for our electricity bill, because we had like 30,000, 40,000 lights. And that's the old school lights, the ones that drain the energy. We had breakers flipping. We had to go shift in. What's up? We had to go shift in like electrical cords and everything. Everything just to get the breakers to act right. Like I'm sure our house was like 1 watt away from like blowing up. But that was childhood, man. Getting on the roof, dangerous as ever. Second story up there, stapling lights. But putting up reindeers. I used to hang on the back of like my basketball hoop, like that was attached to the roof, like that thing couldn't fall. But yeah, what do I look at? What do I look at when I look at GameStop's balance sheet? I'm looking over here, if I can even find it. I know Marantz knows where it is. I'm looking for the gross margin, right? The improvement, which it steadily improves. Where is it? It's over here. Gross margin. Here we go. If you look quarter for quarter, we're only increasing. Let's see over here. 2022, we're only increasing every single year. Our gross profit margin. Quarterly, you can do quarter for quarter if you want to. Where are we at? Quarter three, we're basically 27%. Where's the quarter three before? A gross profit margin 24.75. And hey, Ryan Cohen doesn't think like the whole Reddit crew. He does not think that way. He thinks he's slow increments. Larry Chang tweeted out the other day. What is he? It was something like doing nothing versus doing like 1% improvement or 0.01% improvement. When you look at it way later down the road, you're going to be light years ahead of doing nothing. And Ryan Cohen, I mean, to some people, they get angry when we see these improvements. To me, I'm boosted, man. This lets me know. GameStop is going in the right direction. Look at this. I'm looking at gross margin. That's what I'm looking for. Net income, you already know what it is. You already know we're going to be like $100 million positive on the year. Something like that. I don't know, like, honestly, I don't know factoring in the amount of store closures, but when it hits, it's going to hit. And it's going to hit hard. I know that. But let's see. What else we got going down over here? We got punks over here. Data zero.
It says they didn't dump any shares.
These are TA bros. TA bros.
I don't know, dude. I find that hard to believe that it would just dump from a falling wedge. I really do. But whatever. Some other type of attack. This doesn't make any sense. You have this
perfect falling wedge. That's because TA does not work.
Falling wedge setup, and then all of a sudden you just drop.
See that little thing? They got him. You know, they get these people. If you play this game long enough, you may win 5 in a row, but then you're gonna lose one big, and you're gonna lose all your gains. It's the same thing as gambling, same thing as sports betting. That's why I don't do it. It's the same exact thing. They want to manipulate your mind. They want to know, like, they want to hit you 3 times with falling wedges that break up. Then when you do the next one and do it bigger, they're gonna drop it just like this. He's got no clue what he's doing. And here you go. This fool likes supporting CEOs and CEOs of companies that sex 17-year-old Russian ballerinas, send dick pics to them. Dick Newton pics to them. Get out of here.
Part 2, y'all. Part 2 of Data Zero visiting AMC. So your boy Data Zero is here at an AMC theater, and we will be reviewing this theater, grabbing some food, supporting AMC, supporting our investment like all of you should. And
that's enough, yo. I'm closing out of here. Here you go. Here you go. This guy. This guy with how many subscribers? 29.2 thousand subscribers. This is what Moran should have. I don't even know. How much does Moran have right now? Whatever he has, he should have 10 times that amount, because he's true, yo. He's true. He comes out every single day. I don't even know how he does it every single day, but he gets there every single day. He takes this seriously. I take it seriously, but I just can't. I can't do that, man. Shout out to him for that. But here, let's see this bullish guy on GameStop that everybody praises on Reddit.
Putting that risk in place. Any kind of like cut into margin because of macro econ.
He's talking about the bearish case of GameStop. What is this? What's the worst case for GameStop? Look at all his bearish stuff and only a few bullish stuff. Like, come on, man.
Theft, tariffs, Pokemon market kind of softening. It's going. All the collectibles are going berserker right now. That could slow down.
Could it? It hasn't slowed down since like the late 90s. This thing's been booming nonstop. Listen.
Let's see. Shorts coming back in. But then here's the ones that really concern me. They really do. Because if the only way for the stock price to get down to, sorry, losing my spot here. The only way for the stock price to head down, I would say at this point, into the cash value, which is down here, is something devastating to happen. Because people are like, well, if the stock price were to head down into the 20s, people would buy the dip like crazy. I would say it's totally true. It's got huge downside support by a household here below the 20s. And then there's always the fact that anywhere below $10, the company can step in and buy back an enormous number of shares, right? I doubt they would use the entire cash pile. But let's say they've got $4.6 billion in cash, right? And they save $1 billion of it to the side.
I want to get to
such
here.
a protective element from anything dropping below here. What could happen to the $4.6 billion, right? Happening
that's cool. He's talking bullish right now, but what is he saying right now? What's he about to say right now?
What if there were some catastrophic lawsuit, regulation, something happening that comes down against members of the board, leadership, or the company itself? You know, could that happen? That's a giant maybe. Super small. Could it impact the $4.6 billion somehow? Maybe. Could the board or leadership become compromised? Could we just saw an unknown variable enter the board, so we've got a 6th board member now. They don't own any GameStop. That's a concern. Ryan Cohen doesn't say very much. We know very little about him. Larry Chang says more, and I like his vibe. You know, he seems like a good person, but is he? You never know, right?
What? Don't you do your research on the person you invest with? You know his morals. You know he's close to God. That doesn't even matter. You could not be close to God and still be a good person, right? Um, this dude is constantly questioning Ryan Cohen. He's constantly questioning, constantly talking about the bear case. Like I get it. Like I do it too. Like I analyze. Like you want to analyze the bear case, so you're educated, but you don't want to harp on it. Look at his face and his demeanor, man. This dude buys and sells all the time. He got pissed off when Ryan Cohen diluted because it effed up his option calls. Like, get out of here, man. Don't play that game. And he's constantly questioning Ryan Cohen. Like, just because he doesn't speak, you're judging him? Get out of here. He could be. Oh, well, Richard Newton could be an axe murderer. He could be, right? He could be.
Bad actors on the board, or new people from joining the board, or whatever. Basically, the only way that $4.6 billion gets compromised is from the outside or from the inside. So could bad actors within the company or outside the company undermine the future prospects? Somehow we lose that capital base, that $4.6 billion. A lot of time would have to pass here, right? Then eventually, you have to talk about it. The eventual downside risk is shorts then pile in like crazy. Stock gets delisted, goes to zero.
What? What is it? Is this guy bullish on GameStop? You have to talk about it. That thought would never be in my mind that GameStop will go to zero. You're talking about Ryan Cohen being a bad person, losing all the $4.6 billion in cash. Like, do you forget we had $1 billion last year? Now we're at $4.6 billion, and the stock is more concentrated. You're upset we're trading from the $150 to $200 range pre-split. Dilution accounted for. It just should have another word because we're concentrated. That's like tighter crack, harder crack. Like I don't even do crack. I don't even know. I've never, not once in my life. But I imagine I know the concentrations, right? The people judge it off the concentrations. This is just pure cocaina, from like Colombia, like Bolivia, all of that, That's what GameStop is in the stock market. Yeah.
And then it's on the expert market, and you see it randomly blip up and go through all the cycles, just like Toys R Us does, or whatever, or Sears. All right. So
we're gonna be Toys R Us or Sears. Get out of here, man. Don't even play this game. Say a Bible verse and then talk bearish about GameStop. Committing sin over there. Get out of here, man. Like I said, man, GameStop looking good as ever. Ryan Cohen has integrated this has gotten rid of the outdated technology stack, implemented the new current one, and whatever research they have done, they have implemented it to be good for the next decade, probably even more. They've made sure that it can be constantly changed, adjusted on the fly with ease, not trapping themselves. I'm just saying this. I don't know, but it's just smart business. Don't trap yourself into contracts with Microsoft for a decade. Don't do any of that. Do short 2-year deals, 1-year deals. It's just like the NFL, right? The latest thing for like athletes, you're gonna do quick 2-year, 3-year deals. So like you perform, we get it. We keep getting going. Because I can. Why does Richard Newton care about GameStop? He's sold out of it, 100%, man. This dude's a fool. He's a fool. Why does he care about GameStop? Why is he still making daily videos? If he claims he's changed his life for the better, he's secured his financial security, retired, all of that. Like, you're still holding shares? You still are? Like, what's going down with that? Why are you still making videos? And why are you making bearish videos about GameStop? But yeah. Like I was saying earlier, I've done research on transitions, company turnarounds, different types of things, the steps that it goes to. And right now, I think we're about the 60% range, 65% range of this GameStop turnaround. I could be wrong. We could be even closer. Who knows if it's Q4 that's going to do it. But in my mind, all I'm looking for in Q4 is the bullish reporting of numbers. Like, that is it. I don't need anything else. Ryan Cohen come out, zip, zilch, nada, say nothing, and just say, slam his Dick Newton on the table. Here's my numbers, Here we go. We got lead software engineers, e-commerce product managers, senior mobile engineers. Because you damn sure know we're tapping into the mobile market. It's too big for Ryan Cohen to not capitalize on. How he's going to capitalize on it, I don't know. Maybe he'll just like the Raptor 8s. That's a great way of capitalizing on the booming mobile business. gaming industry without actually investing a whole rack of money into it. So whatever he's going to do is strategic. He's thinking of profit margins, and yeah, we're going to light it up on Q4 earnings. Trust me. We got business. Here, look at this. Data driven. We're going with analytics. You know, it's a whole different company. There's nothing left to feel. Nothing is going to be left to chance with this. Lead software engineer, e-commerce product manager, mobile engineers, BI analysts, driven off of data, solely off data, strategic insights to enhance operational performance, deliver unforgettable customer experiences. Same thing with Chewy. Same thing that made Chewy what it was. And like you know, Chewy could have been profitable whenever he wanted to. He said he just had to scale back marketing costs. But to him, reporting profitable numbers was not the most important thing. It's building the business, which is what he has done with GameStop. Are you looking for a principal software engineer for Python? We got Java. We want everything. Salesforce Commerce Cloud. What is that? Like, look at that. A principal software engineer, just to look at everything overall. So I already know Ryan Cohen's hitting all aspects of the market. And that's not even taking into account to retro gaming, which I constantly buy retro games whenever I roll up into GameStop. I'm always trying to get something. $7.99, how can you get out of here? I mean, like, how can you beat it, you know? My son and I were playing Mario Kart earlier. We were playing Super Mario 64, all that stuff. But yeah, remember my last stream, I just added a bunch of these $1,000 cards, $1,500 cards, just to see what's going down. Let's see. Some of these sold, right? Somebody bought a 1984 Ricky Henderson PSA 10, $1,200, almost $1,300. Here's another one. Whatever this is. Manja alternate PSA 10, $935.99. What do you think our profit margin on these things are? It's nuts. It's wild. It's just something that we buy. We put it over there, set it and forget it, and when it sells, it's gone, man. Different strokes for different folks. I would not be buying this. One of my family members is like, yo, you always talk about GameStop. You always talk about GameStop. So I was buying GameStop. I rolled up in there. I didn't really see anything I liked. I'm like, maybe you didn't see any. I was like, let me see what you're talking about. I was like, maybe you didn't see anything you like. But there's a whole nother customer base out there that loves it. You know, I go there, I shop there, support my investment. Ask not what your company can do for you, ask what you can do for your company. That's my whole mantra. That's what I do. But yeah, we're appealing to a very niche customer base as well as children. Like Ryan Cohen is hitting all aspects now with retro gaming, PSA cards. Like you don't even know. Just go do some research on like PSA cards. I'm sure y'all have by now. But look at this. The profit margin on these are ridiculous. Like, what are we paying for this? 300, 400, and now we're flipping the 935. This one, 1300. It's only a matter of time. These black Fortnite things, I saw PSA 10s for 1500 sell. We had 3 of them. Like, this must have been months ago, but they all sold. They all sold. That's really about all I had today, man. I gotta go. You saw a wife called. But where are we going? Marantz, you know it's up and to the right, and that's clear as day. You can see this higher low being established. I hope we pop off over here, and then my little squiggly line over here can come to fruition. But that's about it, man. I'm just chilling. I have not. Oh, yo, Commanders. I don't even like Commanders. I'm gonna say Redskins. Washington Redskins in the playoffs, man. And we got a quarterback. This guy right here. I haven't bought any PSA cards. I haven't seen any I like. I'm gonna buy when I like it. You know. Reyes can take his time whenever he wants sending me those cards, yo. But they're very well appreciated, and I thank him. He's a nice person. Check out his videos. Everybody here knows. Everybody here knows. But the up and to the right, following this trend line, I guess this is the boss of all bosses, right? This trend line. I really want to see it pop up here, fade back down, and then just repeat the cycle upwards endlessly. A slight pullback ain't gonna get me. It's not gonna get me shook on any of this. GameStop through and through, man. You know what it is. Let me see what I'm gonna play on the way out. Oh, dedicated to Ryan Cohen and GameStop. Let's go. Y'all know what it is. I gotta bounce, yo. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Peace. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, yo, get out there, breathe some air. Maurice is out there picking up lights. That's my trauma. That's my trauma, yo. But seriously, get some fresh air. Get it in your mind. Stay calm. Brace for this, yo, because we've been doing this for 4 years. Coming on 4 years, right? Very soon, very soon. My anniversary, 4-year anniversary. My virginity got popped almost 4 years ago, but yeah, man, it's leading to fruition. We're seeing this happen before our eyes. We are beyond the 50% mark. We're coming in for the close, man. We're gonna knock them out, yo. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop.